all love Mark Cuban and his antics on the ABC's hit popular TV show Shark Tank. Well, what a lot of things you guys don't know about Mark Cuban is he doesn't like to waste his time with preppy little spoiled kids. That's why whenever you see him make an offer, it's usually to a very, very confident business owner, and they are sure that their product's going to succeed. Even though it may not in the long run, he mainly focuses on investing on confidence and having that stature for your company. Well, guys, we're going to be going over a good amount of reasons why Mark Cuban doesn't actually invest in these type of rich kids and preppy spoiled little kids. What's going on, guys? JT here with The Wealthy, coming at you with another video. Make sure before the video loads up to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Also, if you're a new subscriber, let us know in the comment section down below by saying I subscribed. That way you could be entered in our monthly subscriber giveaway where we shout out one lucky viewer who subscribes and comments down below saying they subscribe. Now, guys, let's get into the 10 reasons why Mark Cuban doesn't invest in rich kids. Here at our number one spot, guys, we have anything is possible. Mark believes anything is possible. With some of these kids, they just think they're too cocky, a little confident. There's nothing wrong with that, but when they're cocky, he doesn't like it. And after completing college, however, Mark moved to Dallas, Texas, where he tended a bar, sold software, and did whatever it took to learn and get ahead, even down to eating mustard and ketchup sandwiches when times were really, really lean. But no matter how tough, though, he never gave up. When he felt down and the odds were against them, he just worked harder. I say it to Maverick players and I say it to everybody in business, Mark says. The one thing in life you can control is your effort. If you're willing to put in the effort to start a business and you're willing to deal with the challenges and the fact that you might starve or live like a student, if you're willing to fight through those via effort and brain power, anything is possible. There is no reason it can't be you. And Mark absolutely hates it when these kids, these little preppy kids who come into the show, try to get money from him when they damn well know they got enough money to invest in two businesses. Here we have It's a Numbers Game. Through his hard work, Mark learned another valuable lesson. If you can sell, you can accomplish just about anything. These preppy kids that he doesn't like to invest in, he always says it, they don't know how to sell. They just rely on their money and let that do the talking. Well, sometimes in the business world, that's not enough. Mark Cuban then states, you are not trying to convince them of anything, he says, about potential customers. You're trying to show them how you are going to make their lives easier. There are no favors involved. It's a win-win for everybody. Success, though, takes more than just a connection with people. There's a lot of hustle involved too, whether it's garbage bags or multi-million-dollar tech deals. Every no gets you closer to a yes, Mark says. It's a numbers game. It's just about the question of making the calls. Next, we have start debt free. Like a lot of people say, for example, Dave Ramsey, they state that you must be able to start with debt. Now, that doesn't make much sense because Dave Ramsey says it's possible, and even if you have debt, you can succeed in life. However, Mark is passionate about staying debt-free, especially when it comes to beginning a business. In fact, he says 99% of today's companies can be started without capital. If you take a loan, you are no longer the boss, Mark says, and your customers are no longer the bosses. Your banker is the boss, and if you hit any adversity like every startup does, the priority becomes taking care of your banker. You're no longer in a position to do whatever it takes to survive. For Mark, life is pretty sweet. Besides his many successful companies, he loves his Mavericks and his gig on Shark Tank. He recently has written a book on what it takes to become a thriving entrepreneur, how to win at the sport of business. In it, he tries to spread his simple message of success that anyone can apply. It's like Mark's father always taught him. Hard work pays off rewards. There are no shortcuts, he says. You just gotta grind it out until you make it. Lastly, we have leave a reply. Make sure you're always replying to successful or non-successful business emails. This is a very huge critical step in the process because if you don't respond to these emails, you may be losing out on a huge opportunity. For example, earlier in Mark's life, he ended up responding to a janitorial ad in the newspaper, and overall it paid off because he was able to buy pretty much the whole company that actually worked for the company and invest in it and take it to a new level. This is very important because if you get an email you don't think is responsible or important enough for yourself or even your business in totality, it's going to end up biting you in the butt, because tomorrow's millionaires are usually yesterday's poor man workers. It's very important also that you respond to everyone in a positive, favorable manner, making sure you stay polite and keeping it very professional at the least of that. Also, make sure that when you do leave a reply, you let them know what your business plan is, what your vision for the future is, how you're going to accomplish it, and every other little tic-tac of that sorts. The main reason why Mark Cuban doesn't deal with rich preppy kids is because they're too much to handle. They're ultimately very annoying to usually deal with, and it's hard to get a lot of things by them. Well, when that happens, it's a mixture of design and disaster, as Cuban likes to call it. The design is the something he's believing in, something like his vision. If the people he's working with aren't cooperating with him or alter egoing his style, he has no choice but to kick them out of the group, or for this instance, his business. He says a proper business can't function if it's ultimately hung up by one person. If there are 99 people out of 100 people on the same page, the business is due for failure, he says. All 100 people have to give 110% every living second while they're working so that the business can function and cooperate productively. If this happens, the business will lead and be destined for major success. So guys, that's it for today's video. Make sure to leave a big thumbs up on the video. Also, comment down below why you think that Mark Cuban doesn't deal with these rich preppy kids. Personally, it's all of these reasons, but also you got to make sure you're able to be argued with, or you have to take constructive criticism well. If you can't take criticism well, ultimately it's not going to be a pleasure working with you, and you're not going to be wherever you're working at that place for a while. You have to also understand that you have to make sure that you maintain positivity throughout your endeavor there. Guys, also make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let us know down below also if you did subscribe by commenting down in the comment section you subscribed. That way you could be entered in this month's giveaway, where we shout out one lucky subscriber who subscribes, comments down below they subscribe, and turns on our notification bell. Guys, this is JT here with The Wealthy signing off. Hope you enjoyed today's video, and as always, see you guys later.